What up, yo? It's 6:13, April 7th, 2019, Sunday early evening. Still broad daylight outside though. It's all good, chilling. A lot of stuff been coming in. Actually, I made videos and then said fuck it and deleted them. But I'm really trying to move on. A lot of stuff is going on, but trying to move to a different focus. Uh, Purpose of this video, this particular one will probably be at least look at some readings, weekly readings. But I don't know what we're gonna come up with, what's going down. So we'll see. I will be taking my time as I always do. Want to thank God for all things. Had a lot done, unbelievably. Trying to get back to what I was trying to do about 2 years ago before all hell broke loose. Got a lot of things getting ready to be hot outside. I got painting to do. I got all kind of stuff to do. So trying to stay focused on these areas. So yeah, it's gonna take a minute because I really have to pull things together and see what's going on. So just give me a moment. First, I'm gonna see if I got my stuff for the weekend. We'll see. Give me a second. Alright, I got this. Yeah, this is it. Alright, so this will be astrology answers. It's their weekend. But we only interested in Sunday. This is the astrology answer 7-day forecast. We want it just for Sunday. All right, I say because Mercury is excellent with pragmatic, logical Saturn, we can now use our minds in a more sharp, analytical way. Good time to face reality and make a solid, rational plan to move forward. And that's what I'm doing. Like I said, a lot of things are going on, and this shit is powerful, bro. And a lot of this shit is right out my front door and everything. It's powerful, but it wouldn't be wise to pursue it if you could. And like you're never gonna get out of loop if you keep going back in every time something happens. So sometimes you gotta really start to shut shit down, blah blah blah. Not to say it's gonna go away, but you begin to make it harder. But shit's crazy. That's all I can tell you. And like I said, shit's crazy. Because I see it's like a chess move. See, I understand what's going on. It's a dude named Rich Loop. Y'all should check him out. And I'm gonna give you the video. The name of the video y'all should really check out. Give me one moment. I believe his name is Rich L-O-P. A lot of people are watching that dude. He's like the metaphysical Jacob Israel. There's a guy here named Jacob Israel, but he claims to be like a Christian and possibly some type of connection to the so-called Jewish Israel. Yeah, what I might do. So he says he calls it Twin Flames. He did it 3 days ago. Twin Flames, Karma, the Matrix game. Time to discuss some things. And he's had a Twin Flame situation very close to mine. So you might want to check him out. He's got a big following.
Okay. I feel like it's time.
Now I see this female called Star Girl, the practical witch. And she says, my alien encounters, they walk among us. So I would suggest people check out this dude with the twin flame stuff. And what I'm gonna do, because I only seen this dude yesterday. All right. All right, give me a moment. So they're saying, do not lose. This is still Astrology Answers. Do not lose focus now that we have it back. Put it to good use. And I agree with that 100%. All right. Now this is Astrology Answers for the daily, December 7th. Oh yeah, I want to check that guy out and see if he did something on Leo. Because he said he did all zodiac signs, but I don't feel like pushing all the way through all that looking for it. Plus, it's just a weekend forecast.
Yo! It's about that time, ain't it?
All right. So he says all signs when he sees do all signs. He says Leo, they won't quit bugging you. April 2019. So what I'm gonna do, I just want to see what this dude said because it's my first time ever seeing him. Really, since yesterday, I haven't never seen him do a reading. I just heard him talking about twin flames. But what he said was true. And like I said, there was a lot of shit going on. I just ain't talking about it because I'm trying to like move forward and just, get past it and shit. It's like a lot of shit going on. But the fact of the matter is, there's always gonna be shit going on. And like what the universe has been doing with me, it's hard to explain. But basically, like what we just read, that's really going on because I'm starting to just chop through shit, that's always ongoing. Like I'm really seeing like why are we really here? What has to be done? Like if you're an adult, and I'm talking about let's keep it 100. If you're a grown adult, if you got somebody paying your bills for you and shit, it is what it is. But really, if you're a grown adult, that would be your responsibility. So these are real things you have to deal with, because everything else is somebody's opinion or somebody's idea what something is, or something might happen, or some type of belief system. But all that shit, like I said, when you watch martial arts movies, you can learn a lot. Because that martial artist, he has to be concerned with what's coming his way, what's actually coming his way. Because if he's not concerned with that reality, he's going to get hurt. He may get killed. So a lot of times in his life, it's so much shit going on, and you can get caught up with all this bullshit or whatever, or just make some unwise decisions. So you got to be very careful what's really going on, and when you see, like he says, they won't quit bugging. They won't quit bugging you. Now he did this a week ago, got 15,000 views for Leo. Libra got like 23,000. All signs got like 24,000. Scorpio 23. Sagittarius got pretty high with 38,000. Well, all that's high, but it's just interesting. Cancer only got 10K. All right. So yeah, so it won't stop. So all this shit keep coming. It's just, it's just designed to knock you off some forward motion if you can keep being distracted. And that's really, at the end of the day, that's what all of that is. So I'm gonna listen to him, and I can't listen to him recording because it get hit a copyright infringement. So we can't do that. So while I'm listening to him, I'll be doing my other stuff like reading the horoscopes or whatever. All right, so he said the fire. That's what I was trying to tell you, because that definitely happened. Like, it's a lot of shit going on, but it's no way I can explain it to you. And in fact, to be quite honest, I'm just frustrated with a lot of shit, but I'm just keeping it to myself. But I'll leave it like that. It's like the movie The Last Dragon. And it was funny because a long time ago, it was 2001. I still remember this real beautiful dark-skinned chick. See, back then, Yahoo was in full effect. Like 1998 to the early 2000s, Yahoo was in effect. Like, everybody was in Yahoo chat rooms and spazzing out or whatever. But it was really the shit though, because we did it all. We was freestyle rhyming, we was battling, we would put on beats and shit, going back and forth and shit, freestyling over that shit. Like, we used to have that shit going on, nigga. Like, it was everything. It really was. That's just being honest. So one night I met this chick. So I called her, and it was real early in the morning. So I said, well, I know you're going to go to bed or whatever. And so we was asking each other, tell me about yourself. So I said, I know it's real early in the morning, so I'm going to tell you real quick. So I gave her a quick summary of my entire life, but I did it real quick. And she when I got done, she said the glow or some shit. I said, the glow? What are you talking about? And then she said, the glow and the last dragon and shit. I said, oh shit. And it is because, like, my name is GAT, and that's that fire. Throughout the Bible, that's the fire. And that fire is necessary to see, like, regeneration. To go into the presence of spirit, you got to go through the gap process. That's the regeneration. So when she said that shit, and I thought she was dark skinned though. I'm saying it in a good way. She is real dark skinned and shit. And but the way that she picked that up, but that's why I said like a lot of females are psychic and stuff. So like I said, I did some videos explaining shit, that I just fucking deleted it because I just wanted to just get away from this. But I do want to talk about this because I want to go by what this man's saying, because he's already hitting me up with something. This dude, Rich Loop. So yeah, so if you watch the movie The Last Dragon, that's what it was about. This dude, he really had the gift, but he had to go on all these false journeys. And that's what happens in life sometimes. You might learn something from these journeys, but you know what I'm saying? It's just hard to say it. That's all I can tell you. But it's just too many games being played and too much bullshit. And but that's how to me that's one way where you begin to realize that the God is in you, because you keep looking at other sources, and that's what he did in The Last Dragon. You keep looking at other sources, and you keep getting frustrated like a motherfucker. So it gets to the point where you say, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? And you just start blocking all attempts to try to manipulate your mind, whether it's relatives, whether what. And that's what the book of that's what happened with Joseph in the Bible. So you gotta understand, in a Leo constellation, you got Regulus, which is the heart of the lion. But why do you think God named it Regulus? Because in order for you to protect your heart and to have a strong heart, you got to regulate. And then that's why Saturn is so important, because Saturn is a regulator too. But you got to start to regulate and start backing motherfuckers up. You know what I'm saying? And you got to like go through like what David could have did when he couldn't get to sleep and he came out upstairs and saw that naked ass woman and knew he had to have her. Because I think that was David's twin flame. I really do. But he saw Bathsheba. He had to have her. But see, he could have regulated. He could have ran like Joseph did. Got the fuck up out of there. And then just regulate that area. Like if that's where she's hanging out for you to see her or whatever the fuck going on. You got to regulate that area. And close it up. Because like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. And it is what it is. So he started off his reading for Leo for April 2019. Saying that fire gonna come out, and that fire really did come out because it just be too much bullshit, and ain't nobody getting no younger, and it just appalls me how certain people have endless energy for bullshit, but won't clean shit, but they always want to be up in your face trying to dominate you or regulate you and shit. So kind of like I'm getting tired of that, just silly shit, and I'm mad that everything down here is such a low vibration and shit. I'm mad because I don't like going backwards. And I don't like stupid shit. But unfortunately, the more you wake up and understand certain things, the more you see it. But instead of me talking about it, like I said, check this dude out named Rich Loop. And I gave you the title of that video about the Matrix and twin flames and shit. Because he hit everything kind of like on the head. So now he said the first thing he pulled for Leo to get a card for the theme of this reading is Page of Wands. So we're going to look at that real quick. And any of y'all, if y'all know me, y'all know I always go to Biddy. And I call it B Diddy. But I always go to Biddy Tarot to get the answers to these cards. See, and that's just what he said. I just got finished telling you. Fire and transformation. Just like I told you. Because this dude called the Page of Wands. And that's exactly what they're saying this card is about. Fire and transformation. And that's why he said it too. That dude said it too. He said that fire. Because that's exactly what happened. Because it was one of them days I'm killing myself, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it just be nigga shit all the fucking time. Like, back the fuck up with this nigga shit. Y'all motherfuckers don't never stop. We talking about 40 or more years of just straight up niggas. Like, for real. Like, do y'all ever fucking grow up? I guess not. So it was one of them days where I'm killing myself. Literally working, doing all this shit. Multitasking, all this shit. I don't have time for the dumb shit. And that just seemed like that always seemed to be the main thing coming out of this fucking planet. Stupid shit. So like I said, I'm busy, I'm chilling, and then somebody start with that dumbass bullshit again. Just stupid ass fuckboy shit. This motherfucker is a master of fuckboy shit. Everything is fuckboy shit. And I know how the devil works. If the devil can get inside your head and whatever, he can wear you down. Somebody sent me, because somebody worked for one of those like a car, pick you up in a car. So somebody said, so he saw something with a drawing, but it had his name on it. And it was like a little cartoon with somebody with his name on it, like driving a car around or something, driving somebody around. So he sent that to me. He said the devil trying to fuck with my head and shit. I said, yeah, that's what he do. Because, people, like, real talk, if you work, you understand, because I keep it 100. I was watching battle rap. That's all I've been, because I never had a chance to watch battle rap. So I'm going back 7-9 years because I stay busy. Like I watched so much shit I never got to watch like 7-10 years ago because I stay busy. But I was able to get ahead of myself because some of these people wasn't around to trap me up and other stuff. So I was able to finally get ahead on myself and get shit done. And almost every time I get ahead, some shit fuck up and you backwards again. So like the battle rappers was rapping and they said something. So they made a joke out of somebody to say push carts or some shit. Nigga, I push carts. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I'm paying bills, my nigga. Like I said, I'm a different dude. Like, you got people that want to always tell you about how much money they got and material shit, but they're not telling you how they got that money. Some of that shit is selling out your morals. Some of that shit is some dirty shit. That's why I said some of the people y'all look up to in this planet, y'all look up to these people like they so great, but you don't know they've committed murders. They've had people put to death and shit. They've done all kind of shit to get that position. So that's why I say, when you see the full story, what's the difference? He's working a hard job and getting paid to do whatever he's doing, and you doing some grimy shit to get more money and do what you doing. But at the end of the day, it's both of y'all working. But people like to lie, and and you got a lot of weak-minded people that'll follow that because you got a lot of groupies and stuff. So anyway, so that fire had to come out because enough was enough. I know the mind game. I know the mind fuck. And I don't want it. I don't want to hear. My mind is on getting caught up. My mind, I don't need none of that negative energy coming my way today. Because it ain't nothing wrong. And it's really never nothing wrong with this individual. But they'll lie, they'll do whatever. Always trying to make it about them. And it's always on some nigga shit. Just to mind fuck you. So that day, I just shut that person down. I ain't give a fuck. And then I'm sitting here minding my own business, and then the phone ring again. And I picked the phone up, and then it's that other motherfucker. Now they want to talk shit. Now keep in mind, this is the day I said I'm not going to have no fuckboy shit today. No fuckboy shit. No tolerance for fuckboy shit. And then that's exactly what the motherfuckers tried to do. So I had to tell that, put that person in their place and hang up the phone again. So it's sad when you got to do that, but in order for you to move on, you got to back these motherfuckers up. And this is what the book of Genesis with Joseph is all about. Because unfortunately, he had fuckboys around him. So God had to separate him from those individuals because they was trying to kill him, his own brothers. And then the next time he's seen them again, now he's Pharaoh. They can't even recognize him, but he knows who they are. So he gives them a hard way to go at first. And that was one way of letting them know who's the boss. Y'all won't try that fuckboy shit now. I could have y'all put to death easy. And it's sad things got to be that intent for people to leave you the fuck alone. If it ain't nothing wrong, if it ain't nothing serious, you got to stop that fuckboy shit. So that's what he's talking about right now. If you got the rich loop, Leo for 2019, that's the first thing he said, page of wine. So page of wine, page is always a new beginning. But like this is a fire card, and like I told you, a regeneration. And what happens is, like if you were meant to meet somebody, you'll be in a better position. Because if you've been burned and burned and burned, you ain't gonna be no Mr. Nice Guy no more. And like I said, the last couple of places I've been at, I've had this front of the door. I had to tell him how it was gonna be. And say, how this dude gonna come up in here and tell us how it's gonna be? But it worked out. And if you understand, even Christians that know their Bible tell you that you got to speak it into existence. Because if you don't speak it with authority, of course ain't nobody gonna respect you. I was watching these two preachers on 3 ABM years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, maybe about 3 years ago. I don't remember, 3 or 4 years ago. And they said that they was at an airport, but the plane was taking off. And they said they had to be on that plane. So they said we used our Kingdom authority. And they said they went over to one of the desks and told the females or whatever, we need to be on that plane. And she said, well, that plane is taking off. Like, what do you mean you need to be on that plane? That plane is taking off, and then I don't know what you're talking about. You have to wait till the next plane. And they was like, can't you contact him and tell him? They told her to contact the freaking pilot. Can't you contact the pilot and tell him, we were running late, but we're here now, and we'll jump right on. All he gotta do is stop, open up the. They was on some, and he's like they was on some ghetto shit, but there was no black people though. They was like, yo, just tell him to just stop right now. We're looking right at the plane. Tell him to stop the plane, open that thing, we'll jump right on, no problem, and we'll still get off. Everybody will be on time. And she was like looking at them like, that's why we say it's great to be white in America. Because she looked at them like they was fucking crazy, but she still did it. So she said they called him, and then they said, because at the airport, you can walk up to the thing, you can look at the plane, you can see the pilot. And so they walked over to the window, whatever, whatever you call it, the lobby, whatever you want to call it. But they looked over at his plane, and they said, he actually looked back at them, and then he did whatever he needed to do to stop the plane, and then they got on it. And these are two preachers from 3ABM, and they have a show. Two of them are best of friends, but they got a show. It's four of them all, and they got this special show. They always debating the Bible and shit. But two of them dudes are real best friends, and those are the two dudes I'm talking about. And I think they're both elders with that 3ABM. So you gotta learn how to take your authority. But I ain't saying be crazy with it. And I'm not saying just because you say something's gonna get done, it's gonna get done. But you gotta know when. And like I said, for me, it's just getting to be too much, because it just shocks me how somebody has so much energy for bullshit, but no energy, but nothing positive. They'll walk past a ton of their dirt and trash, and then want to ask you about some little bottle or some shit that don't even matter, or throw your shit out or something. And this shit been going on for well over some 40-something years. Like I said, that's why that day I just, it was so much more I could have said, but at the same time, because of the situation, I just said what was enough. All that calling me for dumb reasons and all that shit stopping. I got health problems. I'm not gonna be walking up and down these steps just because you want some narcissistic vibes and shit. So that's what he's talking about, the Page of Wands, and also he said do something new, but a lot of stuff is new. I finally got something I didn't get for years. Finally got it because I had to get it. Had to get documents and stuff together, so I had to go out and get it. Thank God everything worked out well. But everything's new, and even I got new procedures as well, to just try to move certain things on that I can move. Because sometimes it's your own actions. Because I don't know how much I want to divulge. But anyway, it was a female who used to walk a dog around here. So I guess I was in a good mood one night. So I seen her, and I just asked her a question or something, or asked her about the dog. And then from then on, she was in the military, but whenever she came back, she would always be walking, she'd literally walk around a block all day and all night, really, hoping I would come out and shit. So what I'm saying, sometimes you try to be polite or whatever, but you have to be careful, because you start something, even though you don't mean to, but just by being nice and saying hello, that's just and another female told me that too. So you got to be careful what you do as well. So it's just things I'm starting to do more here, conscious, so that it doesn't cause somebody to wanna whatever. And no matter what you do, it's not going to stop. That's what he says. That's what he's saying. If you're listening to this dude, Rich Luke, for Leo, he says they keep coming no matter what. And that's what I've been telling y'all. It doesn't stop. So you try to limit it as much as you can. But no matter what you do, it won't stop. And I will say one thing, which I didn't really want to talk about it. But The person she don't look like it no more though. We still got that connection though. But the person that used to look almost exactly like my twin has returned. Looks totally different. I didn't even know it was her. Like they had to show, when I say they, the people that run this universe, because a lot of strange coincidences happen at the same time, and then I realized that's her. But she looks so different. I did not know it was her. But she literally coming by the house, because she walked. Yeah, them two dogs. Because I don't know if y'all know about it. So let me tell y'all this too. Because I told you a whole lot of shit been happening. It's an ugly ass dude, which y'all know about if you listen to me. Just always hanging out in front of my house with this ugly ass dog. Now, one day, my family was here, and the moment they got here, my family from down south, I looked out the door, and that dog was in my yard, front yard. So I ran out the house to fight that big dude, because that's a special looking dog. Them dogs are not easy to find. So when I ran out there, I didn't see that dude nowhere, but I seen the dog running back up the street. I said, "Well, damn, it's another dog that looks like that dog he's walking with. That's some weird shit." So then that day I went to the back door because the squirrels was all on his shed trying to get into the garbage barrel or garbage container. Now that squirrel jumped off the shed onto the container, and the moment it did that, I heard a voice echo, and also it shook the squirrel. It scared the squirrel. So I said that's kind of strange. Like it was right at the same time. Now there is a repair shop up the street in the front of the house. I was in the back of the house, so I was like, well, maybe it was somebody there, but it still was strange. But all I know was an echo voice. So that made me start walking to the front of the house to see where that noise came from. And then I saw a female walking with two dogs. They both look alike. And them dogs look exactly like that dog that ugly dude that be hanging out in front of my house got. But this person had two of those dogs. Now, to make a long ass story short, both of them dogs belong to the female who used to look like my twin. And me and that female, we had kind of like a connection. It just never grew. Because, like I said, for a lot of different reasons. But she had left. Like I said, she had left. She left. She was gone for a long time. And when she came back, she looks totally different. Unbelievably different. But still, she comes by. She's out there with the dogs and stuff. She still comes by. And we just live in a real strange world. And I can't tell you a lot of shit. But it's just a strange ass world. That's all I can tell you. And that's why, because the world is so unpredictable and strange, you have to just watch what the fuck you do. And no matter how cautious you try to be, there will be one time you rush out the door, because it's happened before. You'll rush out the door, and that person will be coming up or whatever. But what I'm trying to do now is just limit it as much as possible. Only because, like I said, it definitely wouldn't be a wise move, and ain't nothing good coming out of it. See, some people, they so desperate, they jump into situations even though it ain't gonna be no good coming out of it, but they jump into it anyway. And then when they gotta pay for their actions, now they want to play the victim card. But you should have thought about that before you made that decision. All right, so they're telling you the page of wand card is telling you new beginnings and go for it. Inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, free spirit. So this is talking about being very creative. She said the page of wand can be appear when a spiritual path or journey may be calling you. So it is almost like an initiation call, but the way I'm feeling right now, I'm not really thinking about no initiation as of yet. But sometimes you've already been initiated and they're just telling you it's a new beginning. I feel that as well. Now what that new beginning entails, I don't know, but you may find something out by this read or today's reading or whatever. So and they tell you to work with a wise mentor, and of course that's wisdom or um the high priestess. All right. So now let's see what else he's because he said something out of 3. So he said the energy that will be influencing me for April or sometime in April. 3 of Pentacles reverse. So let's hit that off. But he definitely said drama because that's what it was, boy. I mean, I was fierce. I like okay, this shit gotta stop now. Cause like I said, like really, I've been in a situation that you could literally beat somebody to death, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I've been so close to doing it, and the motherfuckers might be shook, but it's just like they said about like See, y'all gotta understand, Rick James was from the hood. Rick James was from somewhere up in northern New York. I forget exactly where. I don't know if it was Syracuse, but it's somewhere around there. But I forget exactly where. But he was really a street dude. He was a hood dude. So just like Eddie Murphy and Charlie Murphy, you know, when you saw that on David Chappelle and Charlie Murphy was telling you how Rick James was, that's how he was. He was a street dude. He was a trash talking street dude, punch you in the head type of dude. That's how he was. And because the people from where he come from, they said once he started making money, he came back to that little area and went to the pool hall. And he was in there talking about, you broke motherfuckers. None of y'all got the money I got. You broke who in here got the kind of money I got? You broke motherfucker. And talking shit. So one of them dudes punched him in his head. And he left. But when he left, he went to the Italian mob. Because the Italian mafioso, they was the ones that was helping Rick James get money anyway. I mean, to get his career started. He took out loans and shit. So they came back. The mob came back up in that pool hall. They tear it down and shit. And they had to throw them out of there. They had to really like try to break the fight out and throw them up out of there. But you know that's real because in that pool hall was probably just mostly black people. And Rick James, after he got punched in his head, he ran to the mafioso family and shit. And that was a connect he had from his mother because his mother was a hustler and shit. So that's real shit, my nigga. But I'm saying that's that nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Charlie Murphy said. He said, we beat the shit out of Rick, and I thought we'd never have a problem with him again. He said, I seen that nigga again, and the first thing out of his mouth was, you stupid motherfucker. Charlie Murphy, you black motherfucker. They should have never gave you niggas no money. So they really like that. So that's why I say people don't understand, and I get sick of talking. Because ain't nothing going to change as long as you trying to reason with these and stuff like that. Sometimes a motherfucker got to know if you make one more move, Money Grip, that's it for you. And they shocked that you would say that. But nigga, how long y'all been fucking with me? Back the fuck up. And this is why, like I said, if you read your Bibles, that's why Joseph, when he saw his brothers again, now he's the second in command. He's like Pharaoh walking. And they don't even know who he is. He's like, these the same motherfuckers that try to get me killed. Oh yeah, I know what I'm going to do. So he immediately started mind fucking them niggas. Fucking them around, playing games with them, talking crazy, making them think he's going to execute them and shit. So sometimes you got to go ahead and take charge and just move on. Okay, so now he said we got another card. And remember, it's always that number 3. Come on, B Diddy. Come on, Biddy. All right, come on. Why does this have to be a pain in the ass? All right, so now when it's upright, it means teamwork, collaboration, learning, implementation. When it's reversed, disharmony, misalignment, working alone. But see that there's a reason why they're making that statement. Remember the last statement was work with a wise mentor and all that. So once again, they're kind of telling you, well, this is the course you're choosing. You're choosing to be a 3 of Pentacles upside down and yada yada yada. But I've heard all this before. It's like if you knew how I'm just sick, disgusted right now, just sick of the bullshit. And like I've always been a real dude. I don't really give a fuck about none of this other shit. That's why one of my favorite books in the Bible is Job, because Job was a real dude and he got caught up in a lot of bullshit. So he lost everything because he got caught up in a lot of bullshit. And that nothing pisses you off more than some shit like that. When you go out of your way and do your part, and then you get caught up in a whole bunch of bullshit. So it is what it is. So they said the 3 of Pentacles is also represents the initial stages of something. But in reverse, 3 of Pentacles suggests you may be grappling with a lack of harmony with fellow team members, making it difficult to complete a project. And that is so true. Because you're dealing with narcissism. And it's just like a crack addict. Because that person got to keep being up in your face. But the same person gonna complain when there ain't no money. Ain't no money because you keep on preventing me from doing what I gotta do. So that's why it's like finally just get the fuck back. And they also said it could be a lack of respect, which is sadly going on. But you know what's funny? When I did a 6-card reading, the card that came out first to address the situation was also 3. It was the Empress card. And basically she implied that it had to happen. Because the Empress card is Venus energy. But remember, the third house of the zodiac is Gemini. And that's all about multitasking or working together or communication, whatever. So it says Three of Pentacles will denote you just want to do it alone. And I mean, a lot of cats won't agree with me, but sometimes that's the best way to do it. Sometimes. I'm not saying all the time, but you just got to be careful. So now I said the Three of Wands reverse. And it's funny because that's what came up before. Like I said in my reading, I did a 6-card tarot. And that the first card that came out was card number 3, which is the Empress card. So he said the Three of Wands reversed, but I don't know, cause he didn't say it was reversed before. I think he just said 3 some shit. I don't know. This shit is already getting on my last. Let me see it again. I'm gonna see what he said. I'm gonna double check it. Hey yo, everything he's saying is true though, cause he said that if you were drained, he said it's because the universe drained you to force the situation, and that's what happened. Cause as soon as I heard that voice and shit, and that motherfucker came with all that stupid shit they always come with, that fuck boy shit, trying to fuck your mind, all the shit they doing, I was like, I'm not having this shit. Literally, I was like, nah, nigga, not today. Like, hell no. And I still don't feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's all this motherfucker been doing ever since I know him. And it's sad, nigga. Like, it's so sad. Like, I hate this motherfucking planet, man. It's sad. It's just one big ass lie and shit. And if I say it, oh, he's bitter. But he's saying the same thing. Or you gotta listen to him when he said the Matrix. He just don't sound like me. Say this is it's like a fucking game and shit. It's built on a pathetic lie, and it's a fucking game. And something you dedicate your whole fucking life to and find out it's a fucking I'm sick of this shit, nigga. That's why I said stop sending motherfuckers by my doorway and all this stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just silly shit. Like these motherfuckers. But I say they comedians and shit. I think they just be sitting there laughing. What we gonna do with this motherfucker today and shit? Laughing and shit. What the fuck? So that's why I said I was exhausted. And that's when that motherfucker called me with that fuckboy shit. I like, oh hell no. Told that motherfucker nah. Cause they the type of motherfucker that make you change your whole schedule. They know you got a schedule and shit. Make you change their whole schedule because they too lazy to just take a cab or some shit. Just stupid shit. Change your whole fucking schedule and then say some stupid ass shit. And always say some stupid ass shit. Like, now you can go back to whatever they just say something like you could smack if that was somebody else, you would smack the shit out of them. And then they say like some other stupid shit. Oh, I knew I would be late, but I didn't feel like calling you to tell you I would be late. So I just let you wait. You wait. I figure you figure out what to do. Like, motherfucker, you should be saying thank you for coming to pick me up and shit, you ungrateful motherfucker. But like I'm telling you, you wasting your fucking time. I'm saying, listen, no matter what I say, it's gonna come out a certain way. But I'll put it this way. Back in the earlier days, I seen a motherfucker beat the shit out that motherfucker. And they still was an a-hole. They're gonna stay that way. Like it's what it is. And it's not just that person, it's bigger than that. That's why I said I like to kick it 100, but even I'm trying to get away from that shit too. Because like I said, we on a planet where, like, I was just listening to 2 comedians talking, and they were trying to say, how come now if you crack a joke, people can shut you down? But you got to remember, people like Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, to some degree Andrew Dice Clay, they also crack provocative jokes too. But only they didn't back down for whatever reason when the pressure came. But why do you have to back down now? So that's what they was trying to figure out. And one of the answers is, well, maybe y'all kind of cowards. Maybe y'all don't got the heart of a Richard Pryor or somebody else. Or maybe you fear how these people can manipulate the media to shut you down and you don't want to lose all that money. Who knows? But I know back in the day, Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy could give a fuck less if you don't like their jokes. And they could give a fuck less if you boycotted their shit. So he was right on that drain shit. I don't even know where he got that from, because I don't think it was in a card reading, but I guess he was speaking from experience. He said the universe will drain you to force you to fight. And that's exactly what happened. I like no more. Back the fuck up. Like you could never, like I'm just a different dude. You could never, ever, ever make me say motherfuckers ain't wicked. Or motherfuckers ain't got spirits in them and shit. Because I see this shit all the time. And it's not just that. It's the strange shit that be happening. Like the strange circumstances. Like I just sit here and watch this shit. Like where the fuck, what the fuck is this? And then when I listen to people like Mechalesi, back in the old school Mechalesi, said this is like a prison or a quarantine where we at. And then the guy 720 will tell you that. And he'll tell you people are wicked and shit like that. Just by the shit they be doing and stuff they be talking about. And I ain't saying it's all bad, but unfortunately, just like I said, that's how things work. Let's just say I said something nice about you one day, but then I do something really fucked up to you the next. Or I have a history of doing just fucked up shit. But I did a couple of good things too. You ain't just gonna say, oh well, he did a couple of good things, let's forget the bad. No, you gonna remember everything. And you still probably ain't gonna want somebody like that hanging around you or nothing like that. Alright, but let's get back into this read. I'm trying to see what he said about the 3 of Wands again. Alright, so he said the 3 of Wands in reverse, because I think we had already did the 3 of Wands. I said 3 of Wands in reverse. And he's not showing the card, so I don't know. Because he didn't say 3 of Wands reversed the first time. But it don't matter. I'm going to go back in. Check it out again. It's 7:11 p.m. April 7, 2019. No, this is a different card. Okay. Because the other one was Page of Wands. Okay. So now, let me chill out. Now I know what I want to do. Just give me a moment. What's the difference between Wands and Wands, Swords, and Pentacles? Okay, it's Wand, Cups, Swords, and Pentacles. Come on, man. Don't tell me that's missing. Please don't tell me this shit is missing. But I guess it is. Okay, we got it. So wands or rods or staves, staves or staves, they correspond to clubs and playing card deck and are associated with the fire element and the color yellow. So that's how you know about the color. Yeah. And since we're here, y'all got to look up the chakra too, because I keep seeing this particular color. But this is right after I saw that female is back. And man, all kind of shit happened. I mean, if I wish I could even tell y'all. But even if y'all heard what I said, it's amazing that she's got 2 dogs that represent the twins. And it's amazing that those 2 dogs are the same breed as that ugly dude. This is a unique dude. And all them dogs be around my house. And that dog, when it gets away from her, it always comes around my house and shit. So she got to like come up and come get it or whatever. But it's sweet how she do that, dog. Like she'll tell it to come, and it'll eventually come, but it won't come right away. And then one time she just walked into the house, and then it wouldn't come, because you know how the dog won't come. So she just walked into the house. She's like, and then when it's seen that she wouldn't play its game, then it came into the house on its own accord, like it came up and came in the house. But before that, the dog wouldn't come. But that was kind of funny that happened. All right. Fire element, the color yellow. The suit is associated with Aries, which right now we're in Aries, and it's a new moon and all that. Leo and Sagittarius, all the fire side. The card symbolizes this passion, desires, creativity, energy, career, and ideas. Cups. The cups are also known as the chalices or goblins. And just so you know, the chalices or goblets are the divine womb. The divine womb. They correspond to harps in a playing card and associated with the water element and the color red. The suit is associated with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The cards are symbolic of emotions, love, relationships, romance, happiness, intuition, psychic abilities, and spiritual connections. Sword. The sword are known as the blades, knives, or athames. They correspond to blades in a playing card deck, to spades in a playing card deck, and associated with the air element and the color indigo. And I think that's the color that keeps following me. I think. The sword is associated with Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The cards are symbolic of battles within you, challenge, struggle, physical and moral conflict, action, and change. Pentacles. Pentacles are also known as coins or discs. They correspond to diamonds in a playing card deck and are associated with the earth element and the color green. The suit is associated with Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The cards are symbolic of health, wealth, material possessions, and the physical world. They also symbolize the realization of ideas and material gain. All right, I'm trying to find. Give me one moment. Zodiac correspondent, very good. All right. So now we're going to do the whole chakra colors. Color green, color green. Chakra colors. Right, so the color I saw, I just want to make sure. Yep, 6th chakra, indigo. So that's interesting. The third eye, clairvoyance, psychic abilities, imagination. See, like I said, what happens is that person that I say looks like my twin is showing up, and now that she got the twin dogs and all kind of crazy shit. See, there's a reason why they're there, but it's just that you can't. You know what I'm saying? The only way you could work that out with a person is if they really metaphysical and they really believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because then you could say, like one time, like I say this all the time, but the female I took out to dinner because she could see it. Like she could see, she is the first female, but she used to look like make eye contact and everything. I don't know if I'll ever see her again and shit. But like out here in Jersey, like depending on who you are, how you look, what you about or whatever, these females ain't really trying to do none of the shit. But don't get me wrong, I've had my share of females come up to me and speak to me. But I'm saying, but on the general rule, they don't do that. And see, like what I do, what a lot of people like about me is I got like my great mind and shit. I'm real good with just real organization and shit. But if you look at me, maybe look like a nerd and shit. So ladies ain't interested in that. But then they see me in a different setting, and then they be you know, like I said, some of my best females was females I actually told off and shit. Like they caught me on one of them days, you know. So they gotta see that side of you. Like even when I was in high school, none of the females really spoke to me until I beat the hell out of this racist. And then once everybody knew, oh, then all the females that never looked at me twice, they were all looking at me like they all wanted to like get with me and shit, like just looking at me. Cause I like females was looking at me that never, ever would look at me like that. I'm like, what the fuck are they? And I felt so disgusted. I said, this is what it takes to get you females to notice somebody. Almost like commit murder and shit. Now you want to talk to me. So you want a psychopath for a boyfriend. And the answer to that question is yes, they do. In a very sick type of way. So the color that was trying to get my attention was indigo, but it was around the same time as the soulmate who looks just like my twin came back into life. So now we got to remember, who do we say indigo is for which? Because we know indigo is for the third eye, but indigo is also for the sword. Associated with the air elements and the color indigo. Gemini, which is again number 3, Libra, and Aquarius. So it is all about battles within you, conflicts, action, and change. And then if you go back to the chakra color, indigo, the third eye, chakra, clairvoyance, psychic abilities, imagination. Now, the next thing you want to do is say, well, I shouldn't have did that, but who cares? Clairvoyance, you want to look at that. Clear, seeing mentally, optically, keen senses of perception, the ability to gain information about an object, person, location, or physical event through extrasensory perception or some spirit helping you. All right. All right. So let's do this Three of Wands backwards. Upright is progress, expansion, foresight, overseas opportunity. And again, that's that. Whenever you hear like overseas, that's the ninth house of Sagittarius energy. Playing small, lack of foresight, unexpected delays. Reverse Three of Swan. So they're saying you're staying within your comfort zone instead of going out. And I know they're pretty much probably talking about that female. To not limiting your potential, but it is what it is. So again, you're having trouble accomplishing your goals because of unexpected delays, creative blocks, disappointment, frustration, and a general feeling that you may have just wasted your time by even starting on this path. And if you will listen, I just got finished saying that. So they said, but they're telling you that setbacks are essential for your life's journey and contribute to your personal evolution. All right. That's deep. Now, like I said, a lot of weird shit was going on. I will talk about this. Like, we got like big antennas around here, go way up in the sky. And first, like I know a bird was flying around there. Then I was in another part in another township, the next township over, and the same thing, a bird flying around them big ass antennas. And today it was like a nice amount of big birds flying around those antennas. So I wonder why these birds fly around those antennas, because I believe everything happens for a reason. And then when I got out of my car, a big ass, I guess that's a raven. A big ass raven kept talking because they like to talk. So he was up in the tree, or she was up in the tree, or whatever. And then I was just trying to find out what's going on with the raven. And then I saw the black cat, because this black cat he's been in my neighborhood for a while or whatever. So he saw me, so I said, hey. And he ran, but he runs on the other side of the fence, and then he'll stay there, and he'll just look at you. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? Hey. And talking to him. But he likes you, though, because when he sees me, he'll stop everything he's doing and just sit there and look at you. But he won't come to you, though. You'd have to really sit out there probably for a long ass time before that cat will come to you. Why do birds fly near large antennas? cards don't seem like they want to answer that. Alright. I'll be back. Yeah, so I think by me seeing that black bird and seeing that black cat at the same time, and also I just came back from down the hill. That's where it's right by the graveyard. That's where my car got hit. And whenever you go through something like that, like a bad car accident or some shit, that's another form of initiation and shit. So I don't know. I might be being taken deeper into psychic stuff. I really don't know. I have no idea whatsoever. But one thing that's strange, we got this cordless phone that's been acting up for a while, and then I just went to try to see if it will work. And right now it's working, but that don't mean it's gonna keep working. But a lot of times when you see shit like that happen, again, that's telling you about communications. And even when you be seeing birds flying around antennas, even that's a message too. Probably about communications. Because how I got really thrown into all this metaphysical stuff and all this understanding the mysticism of the Bible and stuff was I was just sick of life. It was the same stuff every single day. Everything like Biggie said, you wake up, everything fucked up. I was just sick of that. So I started talking more and more shit to God. You know. And next thing I knew, I was thrown into the supernatural. Like the valley of the shadow of death and all kind of crazy shit. That was some weird ass shit, boy. But I don't know. Now give me a second because I got a wire here that's supposed to have black tape on it, and the black tape came off. So you have to be careful. That could lead to a shock or something or worse. So the main thing is to try to put the black tape back on it and go back to having a decent night. Alright. Alright, so let's go back to Three of Wands. Did we do that? Three of Wands in reverse. So that's what basically the theme is, delays for some reason. Delays for some reasons, but I don't know. Sometimes that happens when this is when it's gonna do your 3-card tarot, because the queen, the high priestess might be wanting to talk to you, but sometimes they might have an agenda they want you to go, and you don't take it for some reason, and then it'll be kind of like delays or whatever. But I don't know. So let's continue with this gentleman's read and see what else he says. See, that's the card he pulled. He just pulled the Empress. He just pulled the Empress card, and that was the first card that came in my 6-card read that I just did a night or two ago, and I just deleted that video. Well, I never made it into a video. Did I? Yes, I did. I did, and then I deleted it. So he just pulled that card. So he's kind of talking about that female, I guess. That looks a lot like my twin. So let me go to I saved the cards. I want to see if I can find that 6-card tarot, but I might not be able to find it. Might say reading or whatever. Here goes. All right. Yeah, because I said there would be a delay in love. because that was a 3-card tarot though. And then he pulled the Pope card, which is Taurus energy. And he's wrong when he said the Empress, because he said the Empress is Taurus, but it's not. But see, he did that he doesn't know what he just did, but he's confirming what I was showing, because the Empress is a Venus card. The Hierophant or Pope is a Taurus. But if you, as I said, all these cards were pulled out. So then the next card was Gemini with the Lovers card. So both these cards are talking about her. And then when he does the Star card, it's Aquarius, because that's probably in her too. And what's going for you, Mars card, Tower. Disruptive change, and that kind of happened when I blew up on that person. And what's going against your death is the Scorpio. And a likely outcome is a Chariot, which is kind of funny because that person has a vehicle now. And I was just saying that downstairs. I was saying, well, now she's kind of like the Chariot card. Plus, she is kind of like the 4th house, that female I'm talking about. So that's kind of funny. But see, my 4th house is the whole soulmate house and stuff like that. We'll see. A lot of stuff going on. You know how it is, boy. Wow, he done pulled another 3. He pulled a 3 of Cups reverse. 3, 3, 3. Whoa, that's deep. But what's funny is one time I did a 6-card reading, and my twin flame, her higher self, talked through that reading, and that's what she called me. She called me a 3. Because that's the 3rd house, and that's about, they're not really good for longevity. See, believe me, this is bigger than me, and I realize that, but whoever designed this whole thing, they just love drama. So they want you to meet somebody, they want you to go through drama and shit. But it's hypocritical. Because then you got like a holy book saying don't do this and don't do that and don't do that. But the bottom line is you ain't gonna function on this planet. You're gonna do that shit. Like even me. Now I'm real, like I could do it. Like, but nobody else is me. Like I can do that whole solo shit and obey shit. But everybody else ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So you might marry somebody, you might have every intention to obey the word, but that other person ain't gonna do it. And so you still gonna find yourself in a separated situation or infidelity or divorce or some shit. So it's just bullshit, bro. That's all I'm just keep trying to tell you. And this is why when you read the book of Ecclesiastes, that's what Solomon kept saying. This is some bullshit. He said, vanity, vanity, and striving after the wind. Because he's like, this is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said it's just bullshit. So I just move differently. And right now I know my warfare is primarily spirit. And then the physical is always gonna like assholes and shit. But the physical is easy. It's just a bunch of low level motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Alright. So he said what? He said 3 of Cups. So we want to learn about the cups again. Oh, it's right here. Cups. The cups known as chalices or goblets, and that's the divine womb. They correspond to hearts and playing card decks and are associated with the water element and the color red. The suit is associated with Cancer. And I just said that female is connected to Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. emotions, love, relationships, romance, happiness, intuition, psychic abilities, and spiritual connection. But it's kind of scary that they're saying psychic abilities and spiritual connection, because it's almost like they're trying to tell me she's going to start communicating with me through dreams and stuff. Because the female I work with did that. My soulmate, not Rose, not Rosa, not my twin flame, but my soulmate. Me and her used to have a great relationship, like in our dreams and stuff like that. And the one thing she kept telling me was, she's serious, or she's a whatever. And maybe she was, but it just was silly shit. And she like a lot like Rosa like that. That's the one thing I like about this chick. She never played no fucking games. Even now, even though she's changed a lot, she don't play no fucking games and shit. Like she's really like, she's about that. Like whatever. I think she do got a boyfriend now too. The one I'm talking about live right up the street. But she was always like A+ every single fucking time and shit. But this shit always come with some complications. Like what I'm gonna try to tell y'all is this. Like all these people are moving our neighborhood, and they're the same ethnic background as my twin flame and this female that lives up the street. Now, the one people, they moved into the house that caught on fire, and they rebuilt it. But they some assholes. Like they think they better than people and shit. So first off, one day they popped up with a car that had been wrecked. Now, it's nowhere in the world that car got wrecked like that in our neighborhood on that block. Because you would see broken glass and reflectors and all that. You ain't seen none of that shit. And then when I'm talking about racism, it's great to be white in America, because they called the cops and everything. But as soon as I seen that shit, I said, man, ain't nobody in this neighborhood hit that car. You would have heard that shit, because that car was fucked up and there ain't no glass nowhere. And they called cops and everything. And ain't no cops asked them where the glass was or nothing. What kind of shit is this? And I'm pretty sure they filed a police report. They're gonna get paid for that, as saying somebody swiped them. Ain't nobody swiped that car. Where's the glass? Where's the proof that car's been hit on the street? But I guess it's just great to be a non-black person in America. So now so that was one of the reasons that they built a second street light. They've never built no second street light for nobody in this neighborhood. This is a big ass neighborhood. So how come these motherfuckers, who are they that they get a second light? So they already coming on some fake ass shit. Plus they broke all kind of laws and ordinances to remodel that house and and they got away with that. And the only time they got stopped was when they tore the sidewalk up, because they wanted to remodel that too. So when they tore the sidewalk up, that's when the police pulled up and said, oh, hold up. You got to go to the township to get approved. But then they just arrogant. So now, when they see you, you be in your yard minding your own business. They keep staring at you and shit. And then they keep locking their car doors and shit. Like, motherfucker, nobody give a fuck about your car doors and shit. That's why I be trying to tell motherfuckers that you always quick to try to jump in somebody else's business. And I used to be the same way. But unfortunately, I've had too many bad experiences with them. Plus, like I said, it's been a lot of things that have been said by a lot of people. And I'll leave it at that. But if you come in somebody's neighborhood acting crazy and making statements like that, of course people ain't gonna like you. That's the only way I got beef with them. How the hell you gonna come in somebody else's neighborhood that been here forever and you acting like you own this motherfucker, and you acting like you gonna lock your door? Well, motherfucker, you the one came in. You the one writing out fake police reports and all that shit. Nigga, I should be locking my doors on your ass. So this is some bullshit. So then I already knew I had to go outside, do some shit, right? And I already knew. I said, first, let's see either that ugly black dude gonna come up, because there's always gonna be some bullshit. I already knew. So thank God that ugly dude ain't come up. So then, but I also knew they was gonna be out, because they right up the street. Like I said, one night I'm just coming home. It's like dark, right? And so I pull up, and they was sitting in the car. So then when I pull up, they wanna jump out the car, and then they looking at me. Like, what the fuck you looking at? Just whatever y'all gonna do. If y'all going in the house, go in the house. Why the fuck are you looking at me? I'm not that close to their house, so I don't want you to think I'm so close to that's why they looking. No, these motherfuckers just thinking something. Y'all the ones sitting out here in the dark. The fuck you looking at me for? Or sitting down, when I say dark, I mean nighttime, because their house ain't dark no more. With that second street light, their house stay lit 24 hours a day. Like I said, it's great to be a non-black in America. So so they're gonna get out looking at me. So then they keep locking the car. Like they lock it, and go inside, lock it again. You know, because you can lock it from your keychain. Like, how many times you gonna lock the motherfucker? So they just be doing shit like that. So I knew they would be out there today, and I knew it was gonna be some bullshit. I said, man, I ain't scared of these motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck who you are. So I'm doing me. I'm in my yard, minding my own business, doing whatever I got to do out there. So then they looking at it, and then some female came out, because the female always going to start some shit. But dude, I blame the dudes, because y'all listen to these stupid ass broads. Bottom line, if she's lying, she's lying. I'm a different type of nigga. Like, if you lying, you could get smacked in your fucking face. Like I said, situation I got involved with a while ago. And again, first thing, I wouldn't have no beef with this dude if it wasn't for this female. So I knew I was being set up. But she gonna come to me talking about, oh, this and that. So I start asking her questions, because first off, I got other shit on my mind. I don't got no time to be dealing with no dumbass shit. And I knew she had set me up, because she set me up on numerous occasions. Always some beef with some niggas I would never have no problem with. Only she set me up. That's what they do. So then in order for that situation to get resolved without anybody getting hurt, I had to go see that dude with backup. He's a big dude. I knew he wasn't going to listen. So I kept about 5 dudes behind me, and then I went up to him by myself, because that was my way of telling him I ain't got no beef with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, y'all got to understand. See, I know the rules of the game. I was raised by real gangsters. We going back 60s and 70s and shit. I was just a little kid. But the bottom line is, when you mess with somebody's family, and they say, somebody like, you trying to pick up a female and she tell you no, but you going to try to push your will on her. To me, that's like rape. So you definitely getting jumped for that. You going to get jumped and you going to get stomped out. Ain't going to be no fist fight. Ain't going to be no fair one, because you got to learn that lesson. I never said I was the best fighter in the world and shit. But you got to learn that lesson, because what you're doing, to me, is the same thing as rape. If you trying to holler at some female and she's telling you no, and you still going to push yourself on her because you think you got a nice body, you got muscles, then you deserve to be stomped the fuck out. So that's how I resolved that situation, basically. Went up to him by myself, and as I said, to make a long story short, at first he tried that tough guy shit until he looked behind me and seen 5 niggas looking at him like he was lunch or dinner. And then that kind of calmed his ass down, because we wasn't playing back then. I mean, let's go back 30 years or so. But we had burial plots for niggas. We didn't play. So we ain't never used them, but we definitely had them. So then once he saw that I'm dead set, but I was real respectful, because I didn't want no beef with this dude. Because like I said, I had other shit I had to do with my life. I was getting ready to go to school, and I wasn't gonna be with that female anyway. And she set me up on numerous occasions. Numerous occasions. So that was my way of saying, yo, boom, boom, there's a situation. I don't want no problem, no disrespect whatsoever. Boom, boom, boom. When, she said no, it's no. From now on, it's no. Boom, boom, boom. Bam, bam, bam. He just looked at me and said, no problem. I said, no problem, walked away. You know what I'm saying? Now, so 3 of Cups reverse. So let's get that. Upright, it would have been celebration, friendship, creativity, collaborations. Upside down, independence, alone time, hardcore partying, 3's a crowd. She said that the 3 of Cups card reminds her of the 4 females in Sex and the City, because it's kind of like a sisterhood card and shit. Yeah, well, that's upright. But now let's go when it's reversed. So it says this card says the same as the other one. It's saying you prefer to do it alone right now. All right. The Three of Cups upside down reverse could also signify overindulgence. You might be partying too much, you'd be too excessive, whatever you're doing. So it made me telling you to take a break. And then, like he said, it's a third party, because he said that too. Well, like I said, I told you, she probably has a boyfriend now. And then she said something about the devil card, because the devil card came up in that other reading. That's kind of funny. So the devil card did come up with let me look at that card again. Let's go. Oh yeah. Come on, man. Why is this being such a pain and a you know what? And I just seen it. Read 5. Here we go. The Hangman. Gonna go it alone. And that's what I said. And the devil card is right there. Alright. And now I want to look at these 6 cards again. Empress card. Lover's card. Star card. Tower. Death card. The Chariot. Alright. So let's go back to this guy. Oh yeah, so that's how I got off on that other situation. Yeah, so anyways, I'm minding my own business, right? So they all out there and just doing the same stupid shit they do every time they out there. They keep looking up the street at me and doing the same stupid shit. It's like a demonic trying to fuck with your mind and shit. So then I got in a car to leave because I did some stuff with the fluids. And whenever I do something with the fluids, I drive around so the fluids get through the engine. And so they looking at me, but it was started with the female said something. So one dude was looking, so they was all down there looking at me, and I was looking at them. I was looking at them like, fuck y'all, I don't give a fuck about y'all. I don't give a fuck. And so then I just kept looking. So then they finally turned their head because like I'll ride down there. I'll be like, yo, I know what I'm doing. You can't ride down there sounding like a tough guy because then they're gonna say you came down there and tried to provoke it. But I know how to get my point across. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody give a fuck. However I do it. But nobody give a fuck about y'all. Fuck you gonna move in somebody else's neighborhood. people been there forever, and you come to that thing and you gonna lock some doors and like it's your neighborhood. So that's why motherfuckers don't like their asses and shit. Just dumb shit. And that's why that's the one thing about summertime, because the hotter they get, the more the motherfuckers gonna be out hanging around with dumb shit, and you know, it just be silly shit. Especially when you got somebody drinking or some shit like that. But I don't care. That's why I said people, you know, you try to move on, but you can't. Like he said, just when you think you get out, they pull you back in. Cause sometimes they tell you use the right channel, and you use the right channel, and the motherfuckers don't do shit, forcing you to stab somebody up or do some shit, and they're gonna want to lock you up. But the fact of the matter, why don't your motherfuckers just do your fucking jobs? You damn sure did a job when the motherfuckers lied about a fake ass accident that didn't happen on that street, but y'all still endorsed it. Y'all let these motherfuckers come and remodel all this house with no ordinances and nothing. Didn't stop them from doing that. And then you even gave them a second street light when they already had one. Everybody else I only got one. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck they get two? Right in front of their vehicles and their front door and everything, so they nice and safe. But fuck everybody else that been in the neighborhood for 40 or more years. It's some bullshit. Well, like I said, it's great to be a non-black in America. All right. So what I'm saying is, I don't need the drama. And like I said, with this female, if it did happen, it would just be drama. That's why I be trying to tell y'all. When you say words like love, you gotta really know what love means. Let's say like a white woman and a black man really think they love each other. That might be true, but you still in a racist ass country. So y'all gonna have to either go somewhere, if you really love each other, you're gonna have to go somewhere where ain't nobody gonna really challenge y'all. Y'all gonna have to get used to that shit. And you best believe it's been a whole lot of black males that ended up dead behind some shit like that throughout the history of this country. So even though you thought you had love, they didn't think so. You understand? It's just the way it is. Like, it's a fucked up place to be in a lot of cases and shit. And sometimes you be wanting to be in love with somebody, but they're not gonna really stick it out when the going get tough, or when some form of temptation come and all that shit. So that's why I said, sometimes I don't know if y'all listening to what he's talking about, Rich Luke, but sometimes you make decisions based on facts. You can't just make decisions based on feelings and shit. Because it would be good. I believe that. I believe if both of them want it and they happy together, who else can talk? But when you start missing your family or some shit like that, that's why you got to think about shit like that. And then your family gonna try to be all up in your business and stuff like that. And they might mean well. They might feel like they're protecting you, but you know, that's just fucking over somebody else. And I had a situation where I really cared about a female and went out of my way to get her and her mother back together, because she had stopped talking to her mother for 3 years. I got them back together. On Mother's Day, I rode all the way up to North Jersey, and I didn't even spend time with my own mother. I brought her back to her mother on Mother's Day, and her mother treated me like garbage from day one, sabotaged everything and everything like that. So like I said, I've been here too long, and I've learned so much. But this is just a dirty-ass place, bro. And y'all can be mad when I say that, but it ain't like I'm lying. I can say if I was just sitting here making shit up. This is a dirty-ass motherfucking place. And you got to be careful. But see, a lot of y'all don't understand. A lot of motherfuckers in graves because they don't listen. They didn't listen. A lot of people in bad relationships or infidelity or cheating and all that because you don't listen. When you listen, you begin to make better decisions, which keeps you out of situations. Because if, let's say you commit adultery, well then God says adulterers can't inherit the kingdom. So if the kingdom's real, you will be putting yourself out of it by committing adultery. That's why you got to be careful with the decisions you make, and you got to make your decisions based on facts. And then you just have to grow up a little bit, because I do believe things will work themselves out as they should, but it may not happen when you want it to. But now we're gonna go on with this guy and see what else he talks about. Getting on my nerves, Lord. It's funny how he said you quickly lost interest, and that is the number 3 and shit. That's exactly what a motherfucker number 3 do to Gemini. Ha ha. But no, see, y'all gotta understand, some of that shit he's saying do resonate with what I'm going through, but a lot of that shit don't. Whatever the decision I made was in the best sense. See, when a guy really loves you, he does what's best for you. It was best for her. The decision I made on this female was just best for her. And plus, like I said, her people wasn't having it. I'm telling you right now. All right. We already did Page of Wands. And now you got Four of Wands. You see a lot of wands are coming up, man. And that the Four of Wands and the Page of Wands are upright, not reversed. But the relationship cards, all the threes were reversed. This is crazy. All right, so the wands are known as rods or staves, however you pronounce it. They correspond to clubs in the playing card deck and are associated with the fire element and the color yellow. The suit is associated with Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The cards are symbolic of passion, desire, creativity, energy, career, and ideas. But see, the way I see that is, it's talking about now. See, he was talking about my soulmate with all those threes, but now he's talking about my twin. That Four of Wands he's talking about is my twin. That's what he's talking about. But now let's read what the Four of Wands is. Celebration, joy, harmony, relaxation, homecoming, homecoming. The Four of Wands shows two happy people dancing and celebrating with flowers in their hands. Are any of those flowers roses? In the foreground, a beautiful wreath abounding with blossoms and grapes suspends between wands. Together, these elements represent the joy and satisfaction that comes with achieving an important goal or a milestone. In the background, another group of people, perhaps a family, stand in front of a large castle. It's funny because that female I'm talking about, the soulmate, she lives in like a big ass house, representing the safety and comfort of the home. So this is really like a Cancer type card. So they keep telling you to celebrate. Send me some money then so I can celebrate with those you love most. You may commemorate a significant event or milestone such as a wedding, birthday, homecoming, or reunion. Or you may invite a few of your favorite friends over for an intimate dinner for no particular reason except to revel in each other's company. Relax and let your hair down. Enjoy the special time together. The Four of Wands is a card about returning home. You are with those who you know love you and care about you. The Four of Wands card associates with the home environment. It's funny, it says celebrate your hard work, give yourself a permission to take a small break. And that's exactly what I was doing. Because as soon as I took that small break, I had to get right back to working again. And that's why I said I did not want no bullshit that day. And then here he came. I was like, oh hell no. You were taking up too much of my time with that narcissistic. Like I said, I don't understand how motherfuckers can be that fucking selfish, bro. That's why I said people don't realize if you always talking about the other, you need to look at yourself. So the Four of Wands could be a period of happiness and security. So the Four of Wands is a celebration of a job well done. Now let's see what he says. He said that the other party's doing the same thing that, say, not necessarily me, but he's talking about two parties. He's saying because they took each other through so much shit, neither one of them is interested in pursuing it either further. He asked the universe, he said, who is Leo dealing with right now? Boom, boom, boom. And the Six of Pentacles came up. Let's check that out, boy. Giving, receiving, sharing, wealth, generosity, charity. Wealthy man dressed in red robe, handing out coins to two beggars who kneel at his feet. He holds a balanced scale in his left hand, representing fairness and equality. Wouldn't that be wonderful? A state of financial security, generosity. This is a card of giving and receiving. It's funny how they jumped to that, though. I want to see what his question was again.
And or situations.
So it seemed like from the question he asked, it seemed like where's Leo's mind at right now? I said Leo's mind is on the Six of Pentacles, which is good. That's finances. I mean, let's keep it real. Not all females, but most of the females, that's where their mind is all the fucking time. You understand? So why the fuck we be having our mind on stupid shit? Like, I found one thing out since I've been on this piece of shit planet. Like, men be way more in love with love than females. You think it would be the female, but it's not. Like, most of the time she be about that material shit. You understand? Even at the wedding and shit. And the men be more like emotional about it and shit. Just from my observation, I seen it. Like I said, this planet like one big ass deception and shit, my nigga. It's like a master lie. It's like a master lie and shit. And like these people continually play this game over and over again. But you see, or that you just see a lot because they do unwanted children, abortions, infidelity, unhappiness. It goes well. That's what happens. And that's why I said on this planet, you see so many people that appear so powerful or so happy, but you don't know what they did to get to that status. All right, let's go back to what he's talking about. This guy, Rich Loop, he reminds me of the battle rapper Pat Stay. Pat Stay is one of the most famous battle rappers in modern times. See, if any of y'all are looking this up, this is Rich Loop. He's doing a reading for Leo for April 2019 because he keeps talking about it, and he's almost sad because he keeps talking about that female. Y'all have to understand, like, I got nothing but love and respect for this female he's talking about. She lived right up the street. But the bottom line was I did what was best for her. Any dude that really loves... That's why I keep telling you, your planet is shitty. Because your love is always based on selfishness and shit. A real love, the person is based on you. Her family wasn't going for that. I'm telling you that shit right now. And just other reasons. You know, I looked out for her. So, believe me, she's cool. Like, I can't describe her to you. But, she's not no punk. Like, all this shit is crazy on this planet. It's just like, it's rhyme without reason in third dimensional. But you're dealing with people you know from past lives and past experiences and shit. That's why I say, when I think about Thomas More's twin flame, his girlfriend, when they was having problems and broke up or whatever, and I met her or whatever, it was me that got her back up on her feet for that time period. You understand? But then she went on and healed and moved on with her life. Now me and her don't even talk. But for that moment in time, I was there when nobody else was. And now she's back with Thomas. So what I'm trying to tell you is everybody has a role. And plus, I already know something else. Like, bottom line, I can't tell you what's going to happen. I can tell you this. When I first started my job, where I still work at now, it was a black female there. And me and her were kind of attracted to each other, kind of. And we was both from the same township. But at the same time, I knew I wasn't really there for her. I knew I was there for that. Like, I knew that my soulmate worked there too. But it's just that my soulmate was more with playing games and just silly shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that. But if I had more whatever, patience or more whatever, I could have got through that. But at the same time, I asked myself, do I really want to get through that? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Do I really want to get to that level with her? And I really didn't want to. Like, not, nothing against her, but just a situation. Because there's always some big gap between all this shit. Like the people that put this together, I know they're comedians. Because they always got to put a twist and all this silly shit. And I call it what it is. It's just silly shit. It's always some fucking reason why, just stupid shit. Like I just said, it could be a black male and a white female. And maybe they do got real feelings for each other. And they want to do something together. But because of racism and all this crazy, stupid shit on this planet, it's not going to work unless they're going to get far away, go somewhere where it's just interracial couples, and where they ain't never going to get to see their family or all the bullshit. So it's always going to be some fucking bullshit. And after you've been here long enough, you're going to get sick of this stupid ass bullshit. That's why I say I take my complaints up above now. I don't really fuck with motherfuckers on earth no more. And that's why when I say when dysfunctional ass family want to keep on being assholes and keep on trying to pull me back in the same old stupid ass shit that y'all niggas been doing for 40 or more years, I'm not with it no more. Get the fuck out my face. Don't care what the fuck you talking about. You always coming up with some stupid ass. Get the fuck up out of here. And maybe later on I'll be more patient and deal with it. But enough's enough. Y'all niggas don't want to grow. I didn't come here for this low level shit. So that's all facts. And like I said, most people, they know I'm not lying, but they want to keep on believing the fantasy and believing it. But then that's how y'all get infidelity and all that bullshit y'all get on. And y'all don't realize that at the end of all of this, you're going to have to answer for that conduct. And if it's out of harmony with God's word, if all that stuff is true, if it says fornicators won't be inherited the kingdom and you're a fornicator, well, somebody's lying. Either he's lying or you're lying or somebody's lying. I don't know those answers, but I'm smart enough not to try them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that you ain't coming back from. If it's true, you ain't coming back from it. That's eternal damnation, hellfire. You ain't coming back from it. So that's why I don't play games like that. So he's a really nice guy, Rich Loop. So he wants to keep saying how this other person was a person. Really, I already know that. You know what I'm saying? But there's nothing I can do with that shit. And now she do got a boyfriend. And he said, you think she got a boyfriend, but she don't. Listen, they pulled up in front of my fucking window, my nigga. Like, I just didn't tell. I did videos. I just deleted that shit because I'm trying to move the fuck on. But this shit, it's been powerful. Like, all this shit been powerful, bro. But her and her boyfriend pulled up in front of the same window I be talking about, chasing the dog or some shit. Because that dog always get away. And that's when she jumped out the car. I didn't even know who she was. I said, who the fuck is that? But she jumped out real quick and jumped back in. But I said, damn. But it was so quick. I was like, man, that chick look good, but I don't know. And she looked real good. I think she looked better now than she did before she left. Her body has gotten darker, and she just look good and shit. But like I said, I got love for her. You know, I'm happy. I hope she do got a boyfriend. I'm happy for her. You know what I'm saying? But it just couldn't have worked out. And that's why I be trying to tell you, I don't make the rules of the game, but it's always some bullshit on this planet. And that's why I hope when I leave this planet, I go to a higher level, because I'm going to shut a lot of shit down. Because I feel like they fucked the human race over and just get away with it. And they need somebody that ain't scared of them. And that's what the book of Job was about. In your Bible, there's a book of Job. He stood up to all those executives up above who make all these fucked up decisions that fuck us over all the fucking time. But the book of Job, he stood up to them. So that's why you need to read that shit, because it can wake you up. So I understand where this guy's going, but I just think he's, you know, it's like he's sad. I'm like, yo, it's my life, not yours. Why do you care so much? Like, he's really sad, saying, oh, she didn't really do anything. She really likes you. She really wanted it to work, but you don't want it and shit. It's not that. I mean, it might be another Leo, but not me. It don't got nothing to do with that. I be honest with y'all, I will be privileged and honored to be in that woman's life, but it ain't happening. I can tell you that shit right now. Now, if they got one more move they could try, and that would be the smartest thing they could do. And I just told y'all what it was, but I didn't spell it out. Y'all figure it out. But that would be the perfect location for two people to start talking, and whatever goes after that, if it's really meant to be. That would be the perfect situation. And instead of all this crazy shit. Because this crazy shit make it look like you a stalker or something. You know what I'm saying? It make it look like you a stalker. And I already know, like, you know, it's too much on this planet. We're trying to set somebody up, especially if you're a male of color. So that's why I watch who I talk to, watch how I move, and watch what I do. Like I said, I'm in my yard working on shit that I'm doing, and these motherfuckers just moved here, and they're looking up the street at me. Keep locking the car door and shit. Like, nigga, don't nobody give a fuck about y'all. That's why I said y'all coming into the neighborhood on some fucked up shit. But again, because this motherfucking country hates a male of color, you can't do shit about it. Funny how when I complained about the Goonie guy hanging out in front of the house, cops ain't do shit. Alright? But when these motherfuckers complain about the same Goonie ass dude, oh, now they get a big ass street light. Make them nice and safe. And they just got in this fucking neighborhood. They ain't been here for a good 4 months. And they get more special privileges than motherfuckers that's been here for 40 years or more. The fuck is that? That's why I said I don't got time for this dumbass shit. All this shit be like a setup. And what people ain't understanding, like, let's say you do get that person, right? And if you're fornicating and doing all that stuff, then these are the same people talking about fornicators ain't gonna inherit the kingdom. So you still getting set up. So that's why I said I think more. And I'm a different dude. This is why in your scriptures you see Jacob battling the angel. See, he decided to go toe to toe with the higher ups. And that's what the book of Job is about. Because you got to stop letting yourself be played out. But I don't think nobody hearing me. But I don't care. As long as I hear me, I'm good. All right? So I'm going to look back at this dude. He looking kind of sad because he's mad. Because he thinks that, look, that female is wonderful. And I tell you, I'm pretty sure she got a boyfriend. They both pulled up in front of my fucking house. So I'm sure she's good. But that girl look way too good. And she way too smart. So she ain't got nothing to worry about. So this guy should stop worrying about all that shit. Just stop getting emotional, Mr. Rich, and read the cards. He said something about the Queen of Swords, but he never mentioned the Queen of Swords on this reading. He said the King of Swords, but bro, you gotta read your cards so we know what you're doing. I'm looking this shit up as he's reading it. Holla. He can tell us a good look. But like, hey, listen, this is how humble I am. Y'all might not think I'm humble, but I'm glad to have met her. But I knew she was different. She was about that. But see, like I said, earlier in life, females was like that. I don't know about now. I really don't know. But earlier in life, females were more like that. Like they really wanted to kick it with you. Like they really wanted something special with you and shit. Nowadays, it's a system of expectation. And what makes it so fucking mad, even if you concede, even if you concede to it, these bitches still be running their fucking mouth. And that's why now I be looking at like motherfuckers like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like I really do. Like I'm not I'm not in no fucking mood to talk to none of these broads on that level. Like if y'all want to talk, we can talk about something else. We don't talk about that stupid shit. I'm tired of it, bro. Okay, so the King of Swords is mental clarity, intellectual power, authority, and truth. So he holds his sword in his right hand, the hand of consciousness. Rational mind and points it upright to the left, the side of the subconscious intuitive mind. See, it's the king's decisiveness. See, that's what I am. I'm a king. I'm a Leo, motherfucker, king of the motherfucking jungle, bitch. But also flexibility in all matters. Okay, he makes decisions based mostly on his intellect. That's me. Understanding. He stays open to his intuition. That's me too. Like I said, to me, this whole shit is like what Bruce Lee said. Like you're in a fucking fight, but be water. You know what I'm saying? You're in a fight. The fight represents the physical. But be water, which is intuition. You gotta know when to move. So his back of his throne is decorated with butterflies, which means transformation. Oh, the crescent moon is there, and an angel just near his left ear, positioned as it gives him subtle guidance. So you would have to find out who is the angel at the left ear of the King of Swords. So this King of Swords has clarity and change. So now Mr. Lupe ain't telling you that. He said that the queen came up and they came up. So to me, what I'm really getting from reading is that they both came to the same conclusion, which was basically, I want to be with you, I would love to be with you, but due to the circumstance, it's not feasible. And see, if you notice, he said something about going through the door, which like 4 of Pentacles or something, or whatever it was, 4 of Wands, and then but he stopped talking about it. So I just wish he stayed more focused. But what messed him up was his emotions, because he's really sad. Like, oh, you need to be with her. Oh, she really wants to be with you, but you're making it difficult. Like, yo, man, just read the cards, bro. Focus. So the King of Swords is intellectual power and authority, courage. So that shows you're in power, ruling from a place of authority and respect. You stand firm in your truth and express yourself with deep conviction. That's totally me. As a result, others pay attention to what you say. So they're basically saying you have the ability to come to wise decisions. So they said, listen to what they said. So somebody's giving me my props. They said, while you may worry that you are not being particularly caring or sympathetic with others right now, this detachment is what you need right now. That's my point. Ain't nothing good coming out of that, not because of her, but because of the circumstance. Ain't nothing good coming out of that shit. So you got to use your logic and your intellect to navigate your path ahead. So you have to make firm and well-researched decisions. You have to be able to come to impartial and balanced and insightful decisions. So this King of Swords could be an attorney, financial advisor, taxation consultant. So they're saying you may have to get an expert opinion. Sometimes that's an invitation from an angel. Sometimes it's a real legal advice. All right, let's go back to Mr. Loop. See, now his reading has changed. His reading has changed, and now y'all can see what I had to deal with all that time I was trying to deal with my twin flame. Now that sounds like her. Why do you need to know my emotions and shit? My emotions are in check. I don't have to tell you my emotions and shit. Totally different personalities. You can see my soulmate, which is so beautiful, so desirable. I want to marry you right now. And then you see my twin flame with all that damn drama and shit. So he said he sees the person offering to try again. Why? So you could break my fucking heart again? You still sound crazy. Estás locos, muy. Tu eres esta loca. Uh-oh, he's getting asked that question. Where is Leo most likely headed? Uh-oh, and that's a scary one. All right, but before we answer his, I'll show you what they showed me in the 6-card tarot for the likely outcome. The Chariot. Conflicts ending in victory. Keep charging ahead. This is a time of change, travel, and success. If you stay committed to achieving your goals, a journey related to work is imminent. And if you had your eye on that new car, it will soon be yours. So I want y'all to remember what they said about work. A journey related to work.
Most likely headed.
If you notice, he got those wolves behind him. And I had to, I always had that situation with wolves, those that know me. And the same experience I had with twin flames, he had. And he said he's a fire sign, I'm a fire sign. He basically said where you're headed, where Leo's headed. He said 9 of Wands, reverse. Chugga, 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 choo, choo. All right, 9 of Wands. Come on, Biddy. B. Diddy. Ho, 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 ho. Resilience, courage, persistence, test of faith, boundaries. The 9 of Wands has an injured man clutching a wand. He looks over his shoulder towards the 8 wands. The 8 wands that loom over him. He seems weary and worn, as though he's already been through a battle and now must face additional challenges with the presence of these 8 wands. As a 9, though, this is his final challenge before reaching his goal. He must endure this last test of his strength and character before reaching the final finish line. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Because you MFers like fucking with people all the fucking time. And I've had enough of your bullhorn. You know, fuck with my heart. In 2009, the Lord said, I'm going to test your heart. That was the maddest I've ever been to God. I was furious. I said, man, you test everything. I said, there's nothing wrong with my heart. Leave my heart alone. Because first off, I'm a lion, a Leo. So our heart is everything. Second off, my whole upbringing is gangsters. Real gangsters. Not the fake shit y'all be seeing. Real gangsters. 60s, 70s. Back where I come from was hard. What y'all call thugs, we call hoodlums and shit. We would have beat them niggas up. Like what these so-called thugs do, they would have got their ass kicked back in the day for that bullshit. We called them niggas hoodlums. Like a thug was a position like a hard rock, you know. These are real, like how nowadays they go stand up guys, but back then like a thug or hard rock was like a real live dude. And a gangster, what made a gangster was not that he was with a gang. What made a gangster was that he could stand up by himself. He didn't need a fucking gang. He was already a gang by himself. So that's how it was back then. So my shit always been pedigree, nigga. All right. So it says even with adversity coming, you got to stand strong. Even if you feel like you're exhausted, which I do. But you're still going to be resilient, persistent, and ready to do whatever it takes to get to the finish line. We'll see about that. So this card might show up when you feel battered and bruised. You're damn right. Having endured significant challenges, yes I have, and struggles along your path, you're damn right. Just when you think you are making progress, you suffer another setback. And that's why I hate this bitch-ass planet. The 9 of Wands asks you to trust that this is merely a test of your grit and resilience. And know that every time you overcome an obstacle, you're getting stronger. You have the inner resources necessary to overcome any difficulty you encounter, even though it may seem impossible at the time. See this 9 as an assurance that you will eventually prosper if you maintain your position. And if you do not succeed at first, you can try again. The 9 of Wands encourages you to keep pushing. You were so close to the finish line. Even if you want to give up, just know that this is your final challenge before you reach your goal. So don't let go of your hopes and dreams when you are so close to making them a reality. Stand firm in the face of your challenges and you will receive and achieve your goal. Others may try to oppose your plans. They may try to make things difficult for you or even attack you for what you are putting out into the world. They may do this because they are jealous. They're projecting their own insecurities onto you. Don't let them get to you. You are a change maker, and you have a vital message to share with this world. Don't dim your light because of others' insecurities. Remember, you have people who support you. Find your cheerleaders and your personal bodyguard. So it does tell you to establish your boundaries and fiercely protect those lines. Do not allow others to stand in your way or deplete your energy. All All right, now let's see what the Mr. Loop is saying. It was funny, y'all. Y'all need to watch this video because he's going in around time 11:35 to 11:50, 11 minutes 35 to 11 minutes 50 being seconds. He said, "I'm the Leo's turning down the offers and stuff." And then he was just shuffling. And this is the first time he did it. He was shuffling. He just stopped and said, "This card is yelling at me." And he grabbed it and threw it out. There was a devil card upside down. That's the first time he did. The whole read, he didn't do that. He was shuffled through. This time he stopped. He like, this card is calling. He just stopped and just threw it out. All right. Devil card reverse means releasing limited beliefs, exploring dark thoughts, and detachment. But see, he's right. Didn't I tell y'all? That's what the black cat was about, and that's what that black bird was about. Because no matter who you get mad at, the bottom line is you're being pushed to whatever certain destination. Like, the people that really run this world, they really get off on that kind of shit. Like, to me, I wouldn't give a fuck. You know, but them, they really worry about every fucking emotion, everything. They probably feed off that energy. They either feed off that energy or they're like scientists studying everything. And that's why Michelesi, back in 2012, Michelesi said we're in not a matrix, but a quarantine. And that's what you do. You put people in quarantines and then you study them. So the reverse devil card might show up when you're on the verge of a breakthrough. You're being called to your highest potential. But you have to let go of any unhealthy attachments or limiting beliefs that may hold you back. So you have to deal with your shadows before you could step into this new version of yourself. It may be an addiction, an unhealthy relationship, or a disengaging career. Let go of fear and release any self-imposed limiting belief standing in the way of your growth. Confront your inner fears and anxieties and free yourself from the chains that bind you to your limiting belief and unhealthy attachments. Eliminate those things that are harmful to you and your inner psyche. It may be about creating a healthier diet, watching less television, quitting smoking, spending more time with your loved ones, focusing more on your goals. The Devil Reverse card can appear when you're going into your deepest, darkest places, whether or not you are ready. You seek to understand your innermost shadows so you can either release them or integrate them into your life in a more constructive way. So you'll begin to see that you are very different from who you thought you were. Here goes the mind game again. You may enter a period of anxiety or depression, or experiencing dark thoughts you struggle to understand. Seek out a trained therapist if you start getting these feelings. The reverse devil may be a sign you are hiding your deepest, darkest self from others, keeping it a secret. See, when I read shit like this, it's got to be my twin. It ain't talking about me. She's the one with all that Scorpio 8th house dark shit, not me. So now you're being asked by the reverse devil card to practice the Buddhist principle of detachment. All right, now his question is, what advice do we have? So we'll see what he says. He said Ace of Pentacles reverse. Let's get it, Biddy. Just so y'all know, that female that work on that live on the street, she real strong though. I just be thinking about shit she be doing, like she unbelievably strong and shit. I just hate this planet so much because they put shit in your face that you know you deserve and shit, but it's always some bullshit. Always. I'm not gonna forget this planet when I get back to where I really come from. Heads are gonna roll. This is some fuckboy shit down here. You want to be a rap star? Get on your knees, baby. This is the fuckboy planet. I'm sorry. All right. Make sure I got the right. I think he said Ace of Pentacles. Wait a minute. Ace of Pentacles reversed. So, all right would be a new financial or career opportunity. Reverse, lost opportunity, lack of planning, and foresight. You got to remember, his reading is talking about two different people. That's why you saw the whole vibe change. When he was talking about the female to live up the street, it was all nice and amicable, and like we could work through this. That's how she is. We could definitely work through this and everything. That's how she is. But as soon as he got the like Rose in my twin, is like, I don't need you. His whole tone changed. Like just fucking evil and shit. What the hell? What the fuck did I do to deserve this shit? And what the fuck did I do to end up on this piece of shit planet? I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like who that motherfucker on MASH? Was it Radar? That motherfucker didn't want to be there and shit. That motherfucker dressing like a woman and shit. I feel like that motherfucker. Klingon or some shit. Klinger, Nash. Jamie Farr and shit. That motherfucker did not want to be there. He was doing everything to get off that motherfucker. There he goes, dressing like a woman, got his pink on and shit. Dressing like the Statue of Liberty. That motherfucker did not want to be there. Got on earrings. This motherfucker. I never liked MASH when I was young. I'll tell you why. Like, my friends liked it though, but I did not like MASH, but it was real intellectual. Like, you had to sit there to get the punchline. You got to really watch it and get into the characters and shit. So that's why I didn't like it and shit. Because I like my comedy to just be right up there. Because, you know, if it wasn't for, like, MASH, there would have never been the Cheers and shit like that. I like Taxi more. I didn't like Cheers too much. Anything that's, like, really intellectual, like comedy, if I got to sit there and, like, think it out, I don't want it. You got to really come with it for me to sit there and watch some intellectual comedy. I love some Benny Hill though. Benny Hill was kind of like intellectual comedy, but he still was like up in your face comedy too. But you really had to sit there to get the joke. A lot of British humor is like that, but some of that shit be funny. Another one I really liked that a lot of people didn't get, I loved SCTV. I loved SCTV. John Candy and the boys. Ace of Pentacles, missed opportunity. See, they ain't talking about Rosa. They talking about the female that that live on this street. But it could also mean like some type of financial activity will fall through. And it's kind of funny because my check was due Saturday yesterday, and it ain't come, which is kind of fucking me up. It could also mean a reverse Ace of Pentacles could also mean delays and stuff. All right. So I'm gonna try to go through because it's already at 2.5 hours or whatever. So I'm gonna try to go through some of these horoscopes and see what's up. This is Astrology Answers for the day, April 7th, 2019. All right. I'm just reading them. I'm not gonna really speak on them if it's not really saying something pertinent to what we've been learning or whatever or talking about. You can tune out distractions with ease today. A minute to your cause. All right. this is Kelly Fox. Where's she at? Come on, man. I'm getting sick of this BS. Let's go. Let's get it. All right. She said the move. She said the move for the lion. And it's even a grouchy looking lion. This shit is so crazy. This shit is so crazy. She said your mood for the day is arrogant, inflexible. Rating. She only gave me a 1 rating and shit. Oh, the poor lion is in a shitty mood. Wonder why. Who? What? Where? When? Why? Does anybody know who I'm doing? Come on, you old timers. Nobody knows who I'm doing. I'm Vinny Barbarino. That's the character that put John Travolta on the map. Welcome back, Kotter. And he went from that to Saturday Night Fever. And after that, it was history. He became one of the most famous men in the world. Johnny Boy Travolta. All right, let's jump over to Michelle. Well, let's do Terry New Sign, sign real quick. And then we'll go to Michelle Knight as well. Where you at, Terry? She said Taurus will make a relaxing and slow moving day is suitable for taking your time and methodologically working your way through your troubles and enjoying the process. Slow down today because any attempt to move fast, get ahead of others, or speed ahead could get you met with disapproval or worse. The moon is high in your solar chart, and one of the two things can occur. You can feel like you're King Louis the 16th or Marie Antoinette and lord it over everyone, or you can use this stellar energy to get things done, work, and fix things. Look around. Saturn is telling me that there's plenty of work. You have to keep yourself busy, but you might not want to do that because there's no accolades, applause, attention, or regalness. And a hammer and nail is there. All right. Michelle Knight. A week after Mars left your career sector, the moon is back, but returning over the weekend is not a return to the manic pace of recent months. By returning over the weekend as the moon, professional instinct and imagination kick in. This is more a chance to tie up loose ends and simply observe. This is the moon's first visit since Mars left and last before its returning next month as a new moon, making this interim visit with the chance to simply pay attention with the sun, an adventurous part of your chart. This won't stop you from embracing the weekend spirit. Well, my dear, the weekend will be over fully in 2.5 hours. Less than 2.5. The week ahead for Leo, the feeling of not knowing and getting anywhere has a simple solution. Get organized. The result could be to release your craving back into the flow of passion and freedom. Lost at sea, start swimming and play by the rules. The right way leads you back to freedom and fun. You're going to feel like you're treading water this week. This is the weekly forecast for Leo, starting with April 8th, 2019, or April 9th, April 7th, 2019. Especially when it comes to romance, young people, or even your creativity. Jupiter in your fifth turns retrograde now, and you may be left with the feeling that just as something was hiding up or showed promise, a distinct cooling off period is happening. Oh. As Jupiter rules long distance travel, airlines etc., this is not a good time to embark on that trip of a lifetime either. Especially as Mercury is now direct, remains a retro shadow, and both planets could just conspire to delay more than just the course of true love this week. So there's going to be a lot of delays. I keep hearing that word delay. That feeling of being all at sea or just not knowing where someone is coming from could be amplified by a meeting between Venus, which rules your love life, and Neptune in your 8th house. Take it from me that nothing is what it appears to be. One thing astrologers want to teach us is that the way to deal with any area of our life that appears stalled or just unclear is to focus our energy into another. Play by the rules when it comes to making positive changes to your work or even your well-being this week. So you may be given opportunities this week, but you're going to have to work hard and make the most of them. You're going to have to learn how to work within accepted rules and ways of going about things. There's a grand fire trine on the 14th that could just set you dancing around a new path. Yeah. can start getting rid of see some of these windows. Oh, so I want to go back to what he was talking about. So you got to watch his reading. See, the first female he was talking about, that's the soulmate. And he was like, oh, I don't know why, you're not talking and she's not talking. But the reason why she's not is not because she don't want to. Like, we've never talked. We don't have that prayer. Our connection was based, like, whenever you see your soulmate or twin, it's gonna be a real connection. So we never really physically talk, but just eye contact, a lot of other shit. And so she would talk. She would want you to talk to her and stuff. She always did. Now, the one that don't want to talk or you don't need to know my emotions and all that crazy shit, that's Rosa. My poor baby. It's not my fault. I'm checking out on this planet. Don't send me my twin when I'm about to check out. Should have sent my twin when I had all that fucking energy. Then I would have been trying to talk and all that. But now I was like, man, I want to deal with this shit. You won't want to talk. That's cool by me. But it wasn't cool by her. Because then she wanted to beat your ass and shit. Rosa could have been an MMA fighter and shit. She was funny. Just watching her, not knowing why is she so mad at me. But I didn't know who she was. I didn't know she was my twin. But she would get so fucking mad. Like, you don't even know me. Why are you getting so mad and shit? My poor baby. All right. Now, for some reason, it's called freehoroscope.com with a hyphen in between free horoscope. They wrote me 2 times for some reason today. They keep telling you to relax a little bit. You will get some good news on the material front. Mood 5-star. Love 3-star. Work 5-star. The final one is 4-star. All right, so we're gonna get rid of that one. And then I'll read the other one. Let me put this on bigger. Now Venus is in Pisces allegedly, so that's when people see like perfection, like they see my lover can do no wrong. It's kind of like a fantasy world of love. So Venus in Pisces until April 20th, which is 2 weeks. Promotes romance, noble feelings, poetic declarations. These beautiful promises are reinforced by the meeting between Venus and Saturn. It is guaranteed of duration in feelings and promises. Passionate impulses and strong emotions are induced by Pluto that could provoke love at first sight or a decisive encounter. Be careful, however, to keep control of your passions to enjoy the best without inducing the worst. Discover your horoscope. Oh, that was horrible. Let us continue. All right. Love Horoscope, horoscope.com for April 7th. A familiar face from the past may shock you into realizing just how much you have changed, but also how much your former love interest has changed as well. That definitely happened. I didn't even know it was her, and the universe went out my way to make sure I knew that was her. That was crazy. So now you have the opportunity to get to know them in their updated format. Daily horoscope from horoscope.com. This morning is your time to shine. You should be in a good mood with a positive outlook that helps you attack the day's task with vitality. Well, I did get a lot done. Elements of the unexpected may pop up and remind you that things don't always go according to plan. This should be fine. However, you will find that your easygoing approach to life will come in handy when the scheduled route doesn't work. Daily tarot for the day. The moon card is in the mood position. The justice card is in emotions, relationship position. And the hangman card is in the work position. They said today the moon is acting like a vampire, draining all of your energy. Even though justice with her foresight and efficiency comes to your aid, the overpowering influence from the people close to you simply kills any initiative that you might have had today. As this kind of atmosphere is difficult to manage, you must try to keep your cool. By relying more than usual on your analytical skills, you should be able to minimize the effect of the all-pervasive pessimism that's taken hold of everyone. In the professional arena, you don't have faith in anyone, least of all yourself. The effect of the moon on those around you at work, it might be said, is far from reassuring. Evasive and unreliable, your coworkers duck their responsibilities. Don't be surprised if you feel somewhat discouraged and worn out by giving up your time to people who seem incapable of understanding you, but don't worry, everything will be better tomorrow. Alright. Who's truly live life amazing? So this is the 3-card tarot from yesterday, April 6th. And there she is, the High Priestess. That's why I came, because I figured she probably was here. And she's in the work section, which explains a lot of things. But the Strength card is in the mood of the day section. And then the Chariot. Now remember I told you the female up the street? She reminds me of the Chariot card. And there she is in the Lover's position. I can't make this shit up. But if they really want to connect us, I already told you how it's going to go down. Hey, a long time ago. This is a real long time ago. I need y'all to listen up. It was people I was associated with. And I might have been older than them by like, it's kind of like when you're 20 or 21 and you're working with somebody. It's kind of like in that area. So, you know, when 4 or 5 years go by, now you're 25 and like they're like 20 or something like that. But they're in that area. So it was a female. Now they spoke Spanish as well. Not the same ethnic background as my twin, but they all speak Spanish. You know, whether it's different variations of Spanish, it's still Spanish, and they still got the like beautiful skin and the beautiful black hair and the same stuff, just different people. So this was a while ago, but I know I had developed a little crush on her, and everybody knew. But I had known her for a while, and see what y'all don't understand. Even like with Rosa, like back in 1984, I worked with a female that was a lot like looked a lot like Rosa, and I wanted to know her so bad. Now keep in mind this is literally like 30 years before Rosa. But I didn't know nothing about no twin flames. But I worked with a female that looked like Rosa, and I think they were all the same ethnic group. But she never talked. Like Rosa's never talked. Rosa never talked either. But I wanted to know this female so bad that I used to drive her home. But I used to drive her and all her people home in my car and shit because I wanted to know her so bad. And we never really ever talked or got to know her or whatever. But of course she took them free rides and shit. But from my viewpoint at that age, I was like, I just want to be with you and shit. I just want to be in the same car with you and shit. I was young and dumb. So now telling you that. Now, I'm telling you all that for a reason. Because first it was her, like 1984. 30 years later, Rosa popped up. Now, that's what happened with this one. This one also goes back to like the 1980s, around that time period. And so, you know, some of the people would get mad at me because I told you, like, this situation, the one that lives up the street, her family ain't having that. You know what? It doesn't matter if me and her would have a great relationship. I'm not saying we would, but y'all seen the cards. And he said everything I already knew. You know, because she's about that. She ain't about that bullshit. But it's always going to be a catch. So anyway, but I told you her family ain't going for it at all. They'd probably kill me. Have me killed. So that's how it was back in the 80s or whatever it was. But the family, you know, of course, they want me talking to this female. But she knew about it too. So everybody knew that I had a crush on her and shit. So one night we was at this little, they call them gatherings. Because this was like a Christian setting. And this particular Christian organization calls any get-together a gathering. So I was there, she was there, and there was 2 other dudes there. And I forget who else was there. I don't remember. It was probably other people there, but she was with us though. We was all in the room, but like either way, we was all together. Like if other people was there, like adults or some shit, like they was probably in the same area, but they was like, you know how adults pair off, they be in their little spot talking in the room, and we be on like on the other side of the room talking. So she was with us for whatever strange reason and shit. So she is on the floor. So when she wanted to get up, you know how a man helps a lady up. So when she wanted to get up off the floor, she didn't. She made sure she gave me her hand and shit. She didn't give her hand to them other 2 dudes. She gave it to me. But it was kind of cool. Like I said, I knew her. Like I knew her years before that. Me and her brother were cool, you know. But me and her never really talked a whole lot. But I had developed a crush on her, and then the whole time we were sitting there, we really didn't like. If we was talking, we never talked about me and her. But we were just in a room. You know, whatever we were doing. Like, say we were playing a board game, then we would have just been playing a board game or something. But me and her ain't talking about me and her. But when she put her hand out, that was her way of telling me, like, you know, I know you like me and shit. You know, that was her way of acknowledging it and shit. So I thought that shit was cool and shit. That's why I never forgot that shit. Oh, but what I'm trying to tell you, all that is a prelude to what's going on right now and shit. If something's meant to happen, I keep telling y'all, nobody can stop it. And that's why so many people end up in relationships that may not have been the best choice they could have made, but it's because the universe kept pushing that person on you. And no matter what you tried to walk away, the universe kept pushing. So it finally happened, but then all hell breaks loose. And that's really what stopped me from me and that female hooking up in the 1980s. Her family would have killed me. All right. Now, this is a 3-card tarot. It reads, now remember, in the mood of the day section, the middle section is a strength card. In the lover, emotional, or relationship section, it's the Chariot. In the work section, it's the High Priestess. Now remember, the High Priestess rules over the twin flames. Remember that. She rules over the divine masculine and divine feminine. There comes a point where it's all too much. With strength and the Chariot conspiring, you don't know anymore how or when to stop your impulsive drive. If you're single, don't play Casanova, and don't confuse quantity with quality. If you're in a couple, don't dictate the rules and don't force your partner to get along with your wishes. There are limits in the realm of emotions and passions, and you have a tendency to push these too far to be acceptable to anyone but yourself. Whatever the fuck all that means. At work, you'll be so diplomatic and brave that you'll easily bring people around to your point of view and get them to agree with your plans. Today you'll feel really strong and full of, I think she meant to say strong. You'll feel really strong and full of self-confidence. So it's the ideal moment maybe to face up to your critics and confront a difficult client. It's also a good day for interviews if you're looking for work. All right, to me, like I told y'all, she kind of represents the chariot. And the strength card would be like your soul. That, to me, that's the soulmate card. That's the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So that's the mood of the day. And the chariot card is basically saying she wants to y'all both want the same thing, to be together. Now, the high priestess, remember, she's in a work position. So if y'all were hearing what I was saying, that's the high priestess confirming what I just said. And don't forget, this is the same card, the strength card, that was used for my other soulmate that I met at the same location. So I take it as if the high priestess is saying, okay, we know what you're talking about, and it makes sense, and we're going to work on making that happen. Which it probably, I mean, it might. I could definitely see it happening. Because like I said, I told you over and over again, if something is meant to happen, nobody can really stop it. And I'm trying to tell you, y'all got to listen closely. The same area where that other female worked is in the same area that I'm talking about. So what I'm trying to tell you, sometimes things may happen decades in advance because they're pointing to this time. And for some reason, I'm always taken back to that area of time. Just like today, I drove my car, and the street I went down went right past the religious place I used to go to in the 80s. And they were just getting out and stuff. So that's where the other female, we was in the same religion at that time. So things will work themselves out. That's what I get from this reading with the high priestess. And that basically telling you that love is coming like a chariot. You can't stop it. It's definitely the strength card, soulmate type deal. And the high priestess in a work position is saying, yeah, we heard what you said. Well, I'm acting like it was my idea. Probably it was them that came up with it. A lot of times I get ideas and it's not really me. And remember, they just got finished telling me I'm more psychic than I was and things like that. So that's what's up. So that should conclude this read. And again, that other person I was talking about throughout this reading, that's Rich Loop, RICHLOOP. And you can go to his channel on YouTube and you'll see where he did his Leo April 2019 forecast. But you also need to watch what he said about twin flames and the Matrix game. This is Get. I'm out.